tricks in the background. I get fucking.
And we are live.
Yo, that was not on purpose. The fucking tricks in the background. What up?
It's like, it's perfect. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I sickety said, what up? What's going on, y'all? Chilling. This is your host with the most, Jive Turkey 600. We got my boy, White Boy 7th Street, Wings of Redemption, and Eddie the Chump. And this is the what the fuck is the name of this podcast?
It's the podcast show.
It's the podcast show, dude.
Yo.
I
What
want
up?
to go ahead. I want to make a comment right now. If you want to go ahead and click on Jive's camera real quick.
Yep.
Jive's camera, if you look at it, motherfucker got a box of pizza and a box of tricks in the background. You know how bad... Is that a $100 bill over there, too?
The fuck no, probably like a $1. That's from the change. I wasn't giving the motherfucker the whole $5, so I told him give me $2 back.
All right, well, I'd get castrated if I had that in my background. I gotta keep it smooth with like a bottle of water or something.
Oh, and I got my my shirt on.
Macho man.
Oh yeah, the best wrestler ever.
Oh
No,
man,
The Rock, baby.
nah, the Macho Man's better than the Rock. He had
Macho
more
Man.
charisma.
In the description, guys, y'all know what to do. Who's the best wrestler?
Look,
The
I'm
most
just gonna come in
electrifying
here.
man
I'm just gonna come in here and say that the Ultimate Warrior needs to be represented.
Ultimate Warrior was a beast. He
Oh.
was a beast.
Have y'all not seen any documentaries with the Ultimate Warrior?
Yeah, man. I have.
Like everybody says he was hard to work with. He was addicted out of his mind on cocaine, and he couldn't wrestle anything. And he hurt people all the time.
Yeah, they hated him.
That music though, and shaking the ropes, love it.
Honky Tonk Man, they hate that motherfucker. Honky Tonk Man gets.
What they hate Honky Tonk for?
I don't know. Just look it up, yo. I'm telling you, everybody
I
hates
think that falls under they hate him because they ain't him.
You know what? I think he's airing everybody out. You know, like after the wrestling, he does like not documentaries, but like vlogs and stuff like that, and he be airing people asses out.
Isn't that what Chris Katera did too?
Yeah.
Chris Katera, like I remember, I don't know if y'all know this guy. He's a pretty good friend of mine. I don't keep in close contact with him anymore. But like when I first heard of him, he was like a professional wrestler that was getting into the gaming gaming commentary scene, whatever. When it was time to fire up, so I punched his name into the Google search engine, and you know what the first thing that comes out is him airing John Cena's business about cheating on his wife. Like that's his claim to fame.
That's bad.
Damn.
I remember when Kobe got caught, you know, fucking the chick in the ass and all that shit. And she said he raped her, which nobody fucking believes.
How can you believe that? What's Kobe, 6'7"? Probably bench press 250 pounds. You think if he want to rape the bitch, he gonna rape the bitch. She gonna.
But he can get any chick he fucking wants. Like, come on. Anyway. You know what this motherfucker said when he was getting interrogated?
What did he say?
He said, I should have did what Shaq did. Pay him off. Like, give
What Shaq
girls
do?
the...
Shaq ain't rape nobody either.
No, he just pays the chicks money and like you're a fucking hooker and that's that. Like, clear as day. Like, that's what he said, man. I should have just did what Shaq did. I'm like, oh my God. No, he didn't just hate like that.
I wonder how much money Shaq got to put out, because you know Shaq's like 7 foot fucking tall. He got to have a big ass dick.
He will kill a bitch. Shaq will fucking kill a bitch, dog.
You know, like they don't always say big feet don't mean you have a big dick, but like when you're 7 foot tall, a penis is a ligament. A penis is a ligament. For those who don't know, it's
like
not
it gotta
a muscle.
compensate, right? Like it gotta.
It's not a muscle that like you can't like work it out and get it bigger by jerking it off and shit. It's a ligament. It's like a hamstring. What you got's what you got. You know, it can stretch. It can do other things. It can fill up with blood, get hard. But a motherfucker like Shaq got huge fucking ligaments. He had to have a huge dick.
Wait, you're telling me those pills don't work on the
They
porn
don't
site?
You mean the extends and stuff like that Ron Jeremy be pimping out?
Yeah.
Like you didn't see the documentary?
I don't know if that stuff worked. No, I ain't see it.
Well,
What's
there's a documentary. It's kind of like it's a fake one. It's kind of like done for entertainment and laughs, but it's about a guy trying to get his penis bigger because his girlfriend fucking he proposed to her at a basketball game, and she said no. And later on, she told him it's because his penis was too small.
Damn.
So he's on a quest to like get his dick bigger. So he's getting like penis pumps. He's buying the extends. He does everything. And like he's on the phone call with the extends people. Are like, well, our product makes your blood flow better. So your blood flow better. So it makes your dick harder. In theory, giving you a harder erection, which will give you some inches.
Oh.
So you're saying if you just pump a whole bunch of blood straight to your dick, it's got to get bigger?
It's going to get bigger because it's going to get harder and more erect. But the size is not even
Still the
quarter
same.
inch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll probably be a little bigger than usual, but
It's the same thing.
Wayne is a motherfucking freak, man. God damn.
It's the same thing as a penis pump. You see, the old men be putting the penis pump on, they be pumping that shit up like a sneaker.
Yeah.
It just causes the blood to go there and makes it look bigger.
I've got to say, right, I have this list of embarrassing things that would be my automatic kill yourself list. And proposing to your girlfriend at a basketball game and her saying no in public, and then later it comes out it's because your dick is too small. That's pretty high up my kill myself list, I gotta be honest. Like, I don't know about you guys, but that's pretty bad.
Can you name one above it?
Can I name one above it? Oh, God. I knew someone who, at, like, high school got caught, like, jerking off, like, in the toilets. Like, can you imagine being at high school and getting caught jerking off? Like, that's pretty bad. At that time in your life as well, that's pretty bad. I don't know, if I was, like, 15, I got caught jerking off at school, that might be high.
Somebody at my job got caught jerking off at work and got fired. So we're laughing at him, and you don't have a job.
Who the fuck called him? Who called that boy? Like, if I see my homie jerking off at work, I'd be like, you take care of your business, dog. I'm going back to the floor or something like that.
This is the crazy thing. A cleaner chick, you know, the chicks, they come around, they clean, and you know, they go in there and they like, okay, the coast's clear, so I can clean the bathroom. So he's in there jerking off, quiet as fuck, so you don't hear anything or
like
anything.
A fucking ninja.
And it's like 6 a.m., so it's like no activity. So she just
one of those
walked
moms
in there,
at home jerk offs.
and she like, oh my goodness, like, dude, wait till you get home. Like, wait till you get home, get your lotion, put your slow fucking songs on, and do you.
Treat yourself real nice. Get a fucking couple of candles, open a bottle of wine, you know, get your tunes on, set the mood, and knock yourself out. You know,
what if he likes the thrill of doing it in a bathroom? He likes the smell of those cleaning products, urinals.
I was going the other way. I mean, he might like to get his dick sucked at a glory hole, and it just made him feel comfortable.
I just was about to say, he probably fucking get turned on from being in a dirty bathroom and shit. That should probably turn his stinking ass on.
It's like, why do you jerk off at work to begin with?
Like, is it that important? I know it feels great. It feels, busting a nut is to all you little virgins out there. I know it's a lot of y'all watching this shit, but busting a nut is fucking great.
I don't think you can still be a virgin and have that joy. You know that joy in your heart.
But I'm talking about the virgins who never busted a nut before. Because I remember my first time busting a nut. I had sex before that, but like this time I'm having sex with her. I'm like, am I about to piss? Like, I'm like, oh shit! Like, I'm raw doggy, no condom. I'm like, am I about to piss? Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on. That shit was like, I bust all in her. Thank God she didn't get pregnant. This shit was like,
wait, you would have
no, call him on the white boy. See if you can.
You would have kept going if you thought you were gonna piss. You were just gonna piss.
I kept going.
I kept going. Like, that's what I'm gonna call him on.
Feeling like, so fucking good.
This motherfucker. I gotta take a piss. I ain't taking it out.
Yeah, if I piss in this bitch, I don't give a fuck. That's how good that shit felt, man. It was great. Great.
Right.
So what was the top one? You said was it getting called jerking off?
Yeah, I mean, I say that because of the time in your life that would happen. Like,
Now what if you have a big ass dick now and like it just spreading the word? Like say you get called
I think
jerking
that
off in
changes
high
everything.
school,
I think that changes everything. That changes the context and the complexion of the scenario completely.
and you roll them like a nine deep out there, and it's like, oh motherfucker, his dick was huge.
You
Yeah,
become infamous.
I
People would
think
start asking you to do it. That's the thing.
Then you start asking for money, and now you're on ChatterBait. You're making
Yeah.
money.
And then you can make Call of Duty tip videos.
I don't think jerking off is too bad in high school, but if you're jerking off to something weird, or you're doing something weird and with like a doll or an animal,
Man, dude, I was
that's really bad.
I tell you what, I was a fucking animal in high school because like I didn't have no pussy. My pussy scale was 0. It could have been in the negatives. I mean, it literally could have. So I was watching porn on the daily, and like I beat my dick so hard sometimes I stretched muscles in it because I'd beat my dick like 3-4 times a day. So I started watching some hardcore shit in high school when the porn level. What's the worst thing you've ever watched in porn that you beat your dick to that you felt bad about afterwards?
I got to tell y'all a story of what happened when I was in high school.
All
Go
right.
for it.
My mom used to clean my fucking room. My mom used to come in here, not in here, this is not my mom's house, but she used to come in here, traveling with his mom. She used to come in here and clean the room. So I had a heavy ass dresser. You know, I'm old as shit, so we had magazines and shit. I had a heavy ass motherfucking dresser. I had the magazines under the dresser. I come home, my room clean. I'm like, oh shit. Duck down, look under there, my fucking magazines are gone. I'm like, oh my God. And my mom I never said nothing to her. I never said nothing to her about it, and she never said nothing about it. I'm like,
Did you ever find your magazines?
no, no,
She threw them
she's a lady. She probably got her little freak on and shit.
Oh, you
I don't know.
You think she went in the bedroom and started showing them off?
I don't know, man. I hope not.
What issues were they? What issues?
I don't know. They were like,
You're
Playboy.
asking a guy to remember porn from like 30 years
You don't
ago.
remember your first dirty mag?
I've been all digital. I don't think I've had a
damn.
magazine.
Yeah, that's some old shit. Like magazines
Oh, man.
is literally old. That shit had
How old is White Boy?
comic book dialogue.
I'm 24.
White
I might
Boy-
have found a
White
magazine.
Boy is the youngest of us.
Railroad tracks or something.
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
I got
remember-
to ask this.
I can't
quickly.
tell my age, but I'm the oldest.
I got to
I
ask
got
this
this.
quickly. I got to ask this quickly. Like,
Go ahead, go ahead.
what do you think? Like, when I was growing up, like having things like Pornhub be like, now when I type into my browser the letter P, it immediately autofills
Yeah,
to like
definitely.
porn or whatever. Like, when I was young, if I had that at my fingertips, I don't know how healthy that would be. But maybe that's just me being cynical. What do you guys think about kids growing up now with that level of porn immediately accessible to that, like even to their fucking phone?
I think they're gonna get desensitized, and they're gonna be doing some freaky shit in the future.
I think it's kind of educational though.
I'm gonna say this. I'm at that age where I had dirty magazines and it transitioned into digital porn, and I've actually jerked off less toward the digital porn because once you get to the digital porn, you spend more time looking for something that turns you on.
Yeah, the old
Then-
thumbnails.
Yeah, you're scrolling through the fucking thumbnails and you're trying to decipher if it's a video you've already seen or not.
You be all one-handed and shit.
Have you ever lost an erection trying to find porn?
Definitely.
And then
Definitely.
you see yourself sitting there with your dick in your hand, so just
Yeah.
scrolling through the fucking web
Because
browser.
you're not trying to mess up the mouse and you know what I mean? You're not trying to fuck
Yeah, you
that
got to
stuff
keep one
up.
hand. I mean,
Yeah, so that
I
fucks
beat
up.
off my left hand, so that way I can keep my right hand over here on the mouse.
Oh, but you were talking about what's the weirdest shit you ever
Yeah, what's the weirdest shit?
I'm waiting for y'all motherfuckers because I don't think I ever I saw some midget porn and I never I
I
just
never
laughed.
jerked off to any of that stuff. We did that competition at paintball with the PKA crew and some other people where we watched like E Fucked and Motherless, and then we would have to just stare at it
E
and then
fucked. What the hell is that?
Yeah, but the criteria is like you have to have jerked off to it.
masturbate.
What the fuck is E fucked?
And
I got mine. I mean, I've watched a midget fuck a she-male before, and I've jerked off to it.
Yeah,
Right.
you are a fucking freak.
Wings don't
Union
care.
is freak
Wings don't
today.
care. I
The
tell
freak
you,
of redemption.
I'll tell you the one thing that, I mean, I didn't know that there was a genre called tentacle porn, right? And I don't suggest anyone out there go and check some of this shit out, but it's like Japanese anime stuff. And I was like, that's what made me lose my erection. I was like, this is some fucking weird ass fucking shit. Like, octopuses with dicks instead of arms and shit. Like, that's probably the weirdest. I didn't jerk off to it though. So that's a technicality, I suppose. But yeah, that was pretty bad.
I never could get off to the anime stuff. It just like
Just
when I
not
watch
real.
an anime porn, I look at that shit. I'm like, Asian girls ain't got titties like that.
what about Marge Simpson getting fucked by Peter Griffin? You never
Marge, I never
fantasized
seen
about that?
I've never seen that.
And
Classic.
Marge got a fucking body in them porns.
Yeah, well, her body ain't that good in like the cartoon. I mean, I'd be more interested in
But
like
the
Wilma.
porn,
I think they take artistic license, Wings, in the porn.
Yeah, Wilma and Betty. I think I'd like to see like a lesbian cartoon of them. I'm sure that's been happening.
Oh,
yeah,
that's been
Betty
done.
and Wilma was nice, yeah.
That's the Flintstones for all you 10-year-olds out there.
Dude, they don't know what the fuck Flintstones are. If
Dude,
Advanced
the
Warfare is your first COD, you don't know what the Flintstones are. There's no way you know. If
Definitely.
Advanced Warfare is your first COD, you're like, the Flintstones? What the fuck? Think about The Simpsons, but set in prehistoric times, pretty much.
Eddie's an LD. Eddie, you're 30 yet?
I'm 31.
You know, you're 31. So I don't know about England because England's have all those like sugar like laws and stuff. When I grew up, do you remember the Flintstones push pops?
Yes,
Yes.
I had one like
Yes.
2 days ago. I
Don't
still
let
buy
them
That
it.
know.
was like 3 minutes ago.
They're
Don't let them
orange,
melt.
they're purple. Hold on. I'm going to see if I
Why
can
wouldn't I
find it.
have one?
I'm just going to call you on that quick. I don't understand what they have all the sugar laws in England means.
Well, like I know, like I used to have a friend named Pyro Puncher, and like in Ireland they don't sell like Mountain Dew because it has too much sugar content.
Oh no, there's none of that. Our Coke is the same shit as your Mexican Coke, so it's made with cane sugar instead of maize extract. So,
Yeah.
so like all our sweets have like a much higher sugar content than America. I know that sounds weird, but it's actually true.
But I've heard Pyro Puncher would order a bunch of stuff from America because they can't get it in England. I mean, this is where my
Hell?
Yeah, I mean we can't get like you've got like loads of different variants of M&Ms and
like McDonald's is different from American McDonald's is different than England McDonald's. Like,
yeah,
the
kind
food
of. KFC is very
designed-
different as well. English KFC is very different. Like it's, I don't know. It's more sort of. It's definitely smaller. Like we didn't. Did we get the Double Down? I think we did. By the way, have you seen that new Double Down hot dog? I mean, just as a little tangent,
KFC
have you
hot
actually
dog?
seen that?
You talking
I
about a
didn't know
Kentucky
KFC
Fried
sold
Chicken? A
Yeah,
Kentucky Fried Chicken hot dog.
yeah. So they've got like one of the fillet burgers, or it's like two, and they've shaped it like a hot dog bun. So it's a chicken bun for a hot dog, because that's what the world needs right now. Is a
I want
meat
one of those
sandwich.
like right the fuck now. Like
I
Flat
didn't-
blue.
yeah. Is it like breast meat or like what is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It's like they've to see. We have in KFC like we have fillets that are like coated in breadcrumbs. I don't know if like obviously America will have that, but ours are like a fillet burger, and it's just one of those I think that's shaped. I don't know, like that will probably be made. No, it won't be made illegal. But yeah.
KFC where I'm at is in the roughest fucking area in Conway. It's racist as
Oh,
it can be.
shit.
Why would you have a fried chicken place in the most racist place possible?
No, I'm
Doesn't
just
make any
saying.
sense.
I mean, they put it there. You know, the stereotype is black people eat fried chicken. It is in the roughest, poorest black neighborhood in Conway.
Oh, I thought you meant there was like KKK member.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
No.
I thought they were like.
That's what you meant.
I thought there was like some hideous kind of chicken trap that they were
Stay away
going.
from this KFC.
I literally, if you stay in the
Nobody coming in
KFC
here.
parking lot, if you stay in KFC parking lot, you can see at least 4 hookers at any given time.
Oh yeah.
Jive's like, what's the address?
I got $2 right there too,
Yeah.
and some pizza.
I
Shit.
don't know what you want, but yeah. And you ever bought a hooker?
No.
Nah, I didn't.
I never bought a hooker either. White boy?
You know, without being a dick, I've never found myself in a position where I have to pay, or I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I don't think. Well, no, I
Here's the
know I
thing with
wouldn't. I
hookers.
know I wouldn't.
People look at hookers like this, like nasty, perverted, like old white man thing.
No, it's not that. It's just
I
like,
look at it as more of like a rich guy with money to blow thing.
yeah.
Like every rich person I've ever talked to, except maybe Woody, has fucked a hooker.
Well, when everything's that like, when everything like obviously when you get super wealthy, like there's a whole different world that opens up to you where things are just easier to acquire.
And they could get free pussy. They be the freaks that be like, you know, they get a hooker and they got to do basically whatever you tell them. You know, they be like, tie this rope around my neck and shit like that. Like, they be them into that dominatrix shit. You ever do that, Wings? I know you a fucking freak.
I don't, dog. I don't do that mess, but my buddy does.
You ever get whipped at least?
No, but I mean, it blew my mind when I realized my buddy was like into that dominatrix stuff. Like, because he took his shirt off one time, he got scars all over his back.
Whoa. Yo.
Yeah, and I was like, "Where are these from?" I'm like, "Did you have a fall?" Like, no, cat of nine tails.
Yep,
Wow.
they be having crazy names and shit.
Oh
They be
my
having
God.
their favorite girl. They be
So-
cussing them the
So
fuck
you know
out.
me, I gotta ask questions. I got to. I'll go. So you into the dominatrix stuff? He goes, yeah, I like pain. I'm like, what's your safety word? Hand banana.
What? Oh my god.
You see, the thing with safety words is you don't want something that's difficult to say with something in your mouth. Right? You want to choose a real simple word in case shit gets really ugly. Like,
should've just
think
be
of a
like,
word.
"Stop."
Yeah, think of a word you can say with like this. Oh. Any
No.
word- No.
Ah, no. Cat food. I don't know. Like why? Hand banana. What the fuck?
Hand banana.
Oh man, we should play on his phone. Hello? Can I speak to Hand Banana? Who this? Who the fuck is this? Goodbye.
Yeah.
White boy, you a freak too. What you got a safety word?
Deranged water buffalo.
Deranged water buffalo. You could say that muffled.
That sound like a gamer tag.
I don't got things in my fucking mouth. But if it needs to come to a stop, that's the word we agreed on.
Hold on. If it needs to come to a stop, what are you talking about?
If anything needs to stop, it's like that's a stop word. I don't know. Whatever's going down. There's one-
motherfuckers
I got
enjoying
one-
this laugh and feel good shit because we got some hardcore topics coming up.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell a quick story about when we went to E3. The first time I left my house and went on a vacation for YouTube and stuff. We went to a strip club. Do you remember Game Dunzo?
Yeah, the guy with the servers that were before COD had dedicated servers.
Yeah. So
Wow.
they had this club and they invited a whole bunch of people. I got into this club and I was drinking for free. I was only 20 years old. There's a red carpet. That's the first time we met Elkie David, the guy with the $1 billion Coke
The
Empire.
$1 billion guy.
Yeah, the Billionaires Challenge guy.
Mhm.
It was pretty cool. And then after the club, we go to a strip club. And you guys said if I ever got a prostitute. I mean, I got a lap dance once, but that's about as close as it got. But we went to the strip club, and okay, I hope X-Jaws doesn't get mad at me, but he was 19 at the time, and he went to the back room. He paid some stripper $200 to go to the back room, and he thought he was just gonna get like a really nice lap dance, but they tried. I think the stripper tried to suck his dick, and then extras ran out of there.
Oh
we
my
all,
god.
We all ran out.
He got scared because the stripper tried to give him a blowjob, huh?
Oh.
He wasn't aware of that was going down. And then we get out the strip club, and it's like a very shady LA neighborhood. And then we eventually went home. But that's my.
Hold on. 200. A lap dance is $20 or $10. If you give a chick $200, what the fuck do you expect, freak?
I don't know.
To be fair though, at 19, like.
At 19,
At 19, no. At 19,
if I fast enough, they'd be like a hand mark on it.
Wings, that's what the fuck I was saying. Like, that's when you fucking want to fuck everything.
I know, but you're probably scared of, you're probably scared that you're going to break the law. Like, that's the reality. You're 19.
You
You're
gave
away
her
from home. Do you know what I mean?
What's scared about breaking the law right there?
Well, you're not allowed to get, as far as I know, you're not allowed to get your dick sucked inside a nightclub. Like,
yeah, you're not allowed to, but,
I don't think anybody gonna be tattling on you at the nightclub.
All I'm saying is I can just understand why, like, being young and naive, it wouldn't freak me out now. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, I'd run out of a club. Like, that's not what would happen. But I can understand being that age and, like, going, is this okay? I don't know. I'm getting out of it.
What you really want to say is being young and don't get no pussy. That's what you really want to say. Because that's some no getting pussy shit. I would have been like, what? Oh, yeah.
I think he said he was afraid of diseases or something, and he wasn't expecting all of that.
Oh, my God.
That was a crazy night. That was fun.
Yeah, I would have had to roll the dice on that one right there.
White boy, I know
you'd have taken that chance, Wings.
White boy, I know you was like, what the fuck? You ran out of there?
Yeah, that bitch was a cum dodge. I'd have to take $50 back, too.
Oh,
yeah, we were all kind of making fun of him.
Okay. Bye, boy. Shit.
Yeah.
That was the easiest $200 that bitch made in her whole life.
Exactly. She probably was happy as fuck. What's these topics you're talking about? Everybody, we do this on the fly. We don't recite. We don't do anything. We do this on the fly. Wings got some topics that we don't know. We got to see. Like, what's up?
Oh, it's actually Eddie with the topic.
Oh, Eddie. What's going on?
I'll take the floor. What we were talking about, like, before we were on air and stuff. You were talking about, obviously, because we're Call of Duty virgins or nerds or whatever. We were talking about COD and games being out and Battlefield, Hardline, and all that kind of stuff. And I was saying that I had a belief that the next game that I'm going to find really fun and be excited for was Titanfall 2. And Wings was like, no, that's fucking never going to happen. So, Wings, why don't you tell people why you don't think that's going to happen?
Why Titanfall 2 is not going to be a success?
Yeah.
All right, this wasn't the topic I was going to jump to, but...
Oh, sorry. I thought we would... Anyway, moving on.
Why Titanfall will not be a success? And it also kind of feeds into why Hardline will not be a success as well, because Hardline's the newest game coming out, while Titanfall 2 is more of a pipe dream. The reason Titanfall was not a success, and the reason I looked at it and I didn't buy the game, because I knew it wasn't going to be a success, is because it didn't have a variety factor. When you played Call of Duty for the first time, what really hooked me with Call of Duty was the kill streaks and the gun variety, because every gun kind of gave you a different kind of playing field. You could get really good with the M16, but you had to play the MP5 an entirely different way. More so, like the W1200, you had to play that another different way. Then you look at a game like Battlefield, where you can be a great infantry soldier and then flip over to the jets. You're playing the game all over again. You're learning an entirely new game. Call of Duty also had the prestige system that kind of kept recycling the game, keeping it fresh. Where Titanfall, it's one-dimensional. It only has that one dimension. Once you get good with the Titans, you're at the top of the leaderboard every time, and that's what really shortens the lifespan of the game itself, and what keeps the player base small. Because when you have something that's just at one dimension, you have players that are really good at that one dimension, and it's hard for the players to learn that one dimension to keep up with them, and that creates a skill gap. And that's what things like Call of Duty with lag compensation and things like that have been trying to change, to try to make everything closer to one. because they don't want that skill gap there to keep more people playing. Because the thing Call of Duty has versus these other FPS shooters, or had, was that it was pick up and anybody could play it. Your buddy from work comes over, wants to play PlayStation, never played it before. He's going to go 1-18, but he's eventually going to get in that lobby with the downies that can barely hold the controller, and he's going to go 10 for 10. He's going to have a good time. He might buy the game itself. Whereas, other games are a little bit harder, and Titanfall falls into that category. And also, it's on what platform, which also hurts it.
Definitely a big mistake. One platform.
Right. So, what I think is, I remember the first time I played Titanfall, and I played the beta, and I think I had the same experience that a lot of people had that liked it, was that it felt like the excitement of COD. The first time that I played it and ran around and used all the movement that I prefer to Advanced Warfare's movement by absolute yards and miles. I really liked the PvP, and when I say that, I mean like infantry versus infantry, like not the bots or the Titans so much, but jumping on rooftops and picking people off. I was like, this game is fucking fun, and like the game requires you to move all the time, and it's exactly the kind of game that I liked. And where the game fell down when the full game came out is, one, it was on the Xbox One, which I genuinely think it's not as bad as the Atari Jaguar, but I kind of have more fondness for the Atari Jaguar than the Xbox One. So I think it being on that one platform did really hurt it. I totally agree with you. But Titanfall 2 Titanfall had a solid base of a game that could be fun. It just needs to be made deeper, and it needs to be built upon. And I think a lot of people didn't consider this. Like the people that made it, Vince Zampella and all those guys, I don't think their studio's that big. I don't think they have as many staff. I don't think they have as many resources as one of the 3 COD developers. So I think they made a smaller game, and they just tried to make it solid.
That's a cop-out. I mean, the game was smaller. They didn't have a single-player campaign at all. Everything was multiplayer. Everything was based around the multiplayer, and it sucked. It wasn't fun. It didn't hold people's attention. It didn't garner a new player base.
Well, I would say that I did have fun playing it. It's just it was a bit shallow. Like,
would you play it now?
If it was on PS4, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Will there even be a Titanfall 2? Has that been confirmed? Yeah.
It's confirmed?
It's not confirmed, but it's sold enough to warrant a sequel.
I think it had a good base. It was fun running around, but it didn't have a lot of weapons. It didn't have a lot of game types. The maps were fun. And everyone getting a Titan by default after playing for 5 minutes, like they could have easily made that a kill streak and made like a rocket launcher accessory.
You guys want to talk about games that had the ability to be something greater that have been passed over? Homefront.
A lot of people say that.
NASA fucking loves Homefront, but
Homefront, if you put that game with some fucking decent controls and you use the same game modes, that game could be something greater.
They had Hellfire missiles and the little drones before Call of Duty had the drones.
I remember playing Homefront, and they had a lot of flaws in that game,
because it played like shit. It was like playing
it was a fence with gaps, like my fucking teeth, like gaps like this, like literally the gaps were like this fucking big. I'm shooting somebody, I'm aiming exactly between the gap of the fence, and it wouldn't go through. I'm like, oh my god, this game is fucking horrible. But they did have a good base. I did like didn't you buy this stuff on the fly? Kind of like
the kill streaks where you earn battle points, and those battle points you could use to unlock like body armor or like hollow point bullets, or you can go big. You can get a tank, or you can get like an airstrike or a Hellfire missile. You kind of pick what you earned it, how many points you saved up. Like if you want to save your points up all around, get an attack helicopter, you could do that.
Yeah.
Homefront 2 was bought by somebody, and then their studio went down.
Yeah.
It fell through developers like twice, and that's never good for a game.
Yeah, like look at Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but would you not agree that Homefront itself is a better base than Titanfall?
I definitely agree. I don't know what Titanfall was thinking.
I think the movements, though, the fluidity, I think that's where it's more important. Like how Call of Duty feels, the snap reactions, it's like not clunky. I
Yeah.
definitely say Titanfall is better in that
The
regard.
movement, yeah.
And
Well,
is that the
basically,
base, though? What's the
th-
base?
these games, like most of us, we get attracted to multiplayer, right? We want to kill. I want to hop on and go against White Boy and Wings and Eddie. I want to do that. Like, what made them think that bots were gonna be okay? Like, what made them think that? I really wanted to ask him that.
That's so bad players can get kill streaks, like to get the Titan faster.
Like,
It's
feel
basically,
good.
it's nicked the idea from like MOBAs, right? So it's like killing minions in League of Legends or Dota. So it's important to do, and in that way you don't have to be a slayer. Like you can be a more passive player, someone who's not into the same direct confrontational first person shooter experience that the rest of us are. You know, that's what we live for. You know, I've
He's
said
looking
many
at me
times.
with a wink in his eye.
Yeah, yeah, you know, like it's
I'd
that.
like to point out that I'm usually keeping up kill for kill with Eddie in a lobby.
Yeah, no, this is true. I spend a lot of time running around looking for them. Wings just lets them come to him. So eventually, we just do this. The end result is the same. But yeah,
You're a
I've
sheep
said
herder, I'm a sheep killer.
yeah, exactly.
They were just a distraction for me. Like one time, I still remember I was live streaming. I chased this guy like he was running from me. He turned in the cloak, then he like ran, and then he uncloaked because it ran out, and then I saw him, then I like shot at him, I missed, and then he turned like the corner, like inside. Well, hold on, God damn, get out of there! And then he turned the corner, like inside of a warehouse or something, and then at that time, soon as I ran in there, a bot was there. So I'm like, oh, there he is. Like I start shooting, then he's stuck on the wall or something, and then just kill me. I'm like, oh my God, please, this game. They're just a distraction, man. It was a bad idea.
Well, I looked at Titanfall as like a Battlefield Call of Duty hybrid. That's what they were going for, because Battlefield has like the sandbox situation where you have vehicles and the infantry can take out the vehicles. The Titans were supposed to fight the Titans, and the infantry could team up on a Titan and things like that. It's just like kind of like Crysis. Crysis tried to mix Halo with Call of Duty. Like if you played like Crysis multiplayer, you had to team shots, you had to do things like that, kind of like Halo kind of combat system. And the idea between the bots I always looked at was, one, it allowed bad players to feel better about themselves, and two, it gave you the illusion of more players in the game than there actually was.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Like
I think, yep.
I think you know, everyone that played Titanfall, I think, can accept that the game feels fast paced because there's loads of shit going on. Whether that is like, you know, truly exciting because there's only what 6 other people that you're actually going to see, and maybe they're in a Titan, maybe they're not. So all these foot soldiers that you're seeing, they're not who you want to be shooting. You know, you do want to shoot them because they're the meta game of the game or whatever, but it's not the thrill. And I think that's what, you know, when they brought out the pilot v pilot mode, it was just literally people sitting on rooftops and not using the movement and not doing any of that. But the main point of why I said this, or why we were talking about before the podcast, was name one game that you're actually really excited for. Because Wing said, I won't put words in your mouth, but you were like, Hardline hasn't sold me. And I'm like, you'll play it out of desperation. And what I meant by that was, you'll need something to play, right? You'll need a game. But is there the next killer game that we're all like, oh, this is going to be amazing? Because I don't think there is. I don't think there's a killer game that everyone's super hyped up for. And the last one that everyone was hyped up for, or the machine tried to really hype it up, was Titanfall. I suppose you could count Destiny, but
Destiny, I mean, Destiny's one of those mixed bags.
it's
Like
terrible,
some people
dude.
love it,
Mixed bag of
some
dookie.
people think it's terrible. It's fucking terrible.
It's
a horrible
fucking
game.
terrible.
I'm not gonna.
Destiny sucks.
It was fun
Sorry.
for a bit. People who like it, they like the rating and they like the quest, killing the queen or whatever it is. They like those four people raids. But the multiplayer, it's the same 5 maps, the same 4 game types, and it gets boring for me really fast.
Let me ask you this. With Destiny in mind, do you really like the fucking raids, or do you like being able to interact with your friends on something that you can go together for? Because that can be a whole lot of games, and Destiny just happens to be the platform you're using because it was, you know, an $800 billion game, $800 million game or something like that. There's third world countries that have less budget than the Destiny game was made for. And I feel people interact more in that game, and that's what they enjoy. They don't enjoy the game itself because the game's fucking boring. How many times are you going to kill that guy with the fucking minigun? How many times are you going to kill that stupid tank right before him?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. The strike mission on like Mars.
Yeah.
It was the same thing over and over.
You don't get to pick them. They're random. You select one, it randomly puts you in one. You can play the same one 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
What I liked was the loot cave, and it was the most boring thing you could ever do. Just sit down and like shoot at a cave as the monsters spawn. But I liked getting the loot from it, and I think that's why a lot of people like the raids. Because
there's games that do it better. Diablo's a game that does that system better.
Yeah, but you got to think that Destiny is the game for those kind of people on console. And I know Diablo has gone to console, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for a lot of people who are like shooters and stuff, they're not going to necessarily play an RTS or what is essentially an RTS for that. Like, PC gamers know about it. You know, what people would, the deadly phrase, #real gamers would know about it. But the casual people that play on console, they're not going to know about that sort of game, and they're probably not going to be that interested. So I can understand why Destiny grabs those people, and all the people I know that do like it are just like, I like leveling up my character, man. I like getting the loot. You know, they don't care that they have to play the same missions over and over and over again. You know, with no meaningful story or plot. You know, I played the campaign of that game, and I was like, this is like one act of a Gears of War. Like, in its entirety, like the story missions, like one act of a Gears of War. And I was like, as a story, this doesn't work. Like, and I looked at a raid and I was like, you know, raids look fun, right? But there was one of them. Like, there was one of them. Are you fucking kidding me? And I've got to pay for the next ones? Are you This is what Destiny is. This is the game. And there's one raid. And that's it.
What killed me about the story mode, it was like during the intro, and it was like some very important person, and he was like, I could tell you about the story and why you're fighting for this epic battle, but I won't.
Yeah, I can't be bothered.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I don't care anymore.
But look how he found the hero. The ghost is like in the middle of a traffic jam or some shit, and he just picks somebody out of a random car. It looks like he got lazy. Like, well, this motherfucker might do it. You know, when you get at the start of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in a traffic jam.
I played the game one time. Played the game one time, and it was boring as hell. And I said, "Fuck it."
Yeah. I think these games are cool at first for a little bit, and then they die off. And Call of Duty has held my retention for a long time.
That's my point. Like, what's the next game that isn't just going to be cool for 5 minutes? What's the next game that might take Wings or you or Jive or me away from COD and go, this is what I'm going to spend all my time in? Because, you know, I play PC, I play a lot of games. I play CSGO, but it's not COD. There's still a COD-shaped hole in my heart, guys. Like, there really is. There's like a COD-shaped hole in my heart because COD isn't good anymore, right?
Like, who's not going to buy the next COD?
I'm not. Unless that shit's World at War II, I'm not buying it. If it's Black Ops 3, I'm not buying it.
What if it's Black Ops 3 in World War II?
I might buy it.
What if it's, and this is what I thought they might do. Okay, conspiracy theory time. Okay, like tinfoil hat moment. I think they might do a Black Ops type game, but set it in Modern Warfare 2. So it's like covert ops of the Second World War.
That would be cool.
So like you going behind the lines at Verdun, or you know, any of the major battles, and doing like backstabby shit, you know. Or if they did one mission, I tell you what would be really cool. And this is like, you know that movie where Tom Cruise plays the German officer that tries to kill Hitler? Like, if there's a mission...
Masters?
No. It's like...
Fury?
It's like called Valhalla or something. He plays a German...
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, that's it, yeah. If they did like a Valkyrie mission, and you went through the whole like process of getting into like his secret base and all that kind of stuff. So like covert ops during the Second World War. I think they could sell that. I would play that legitimately. Like I would...
that's like a single player.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Like me, I only play multiplayer.
Call it like it is, Jay.
Like honestly, I only play multiplayer. I don't give a fuck about single player. But as long as it's no jetpacks, no double jump, no laser guns. Long as it's no double jump and no laser guns, I'm getting the next COD. Just because it's COD and, you know, that's just, you know, like he said, it's like a piece of my heart. Like, if it's double jump, I'm sorry. I gotta let it go.
You mean
any kind of hovering? Say that again?
It sounds like you're brainwashed over here. I'm gonna get the next COD just because it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, but you know, we grown men, we got money. $60 is, you know, it does add up. It does make them billionaires or whatever. But $60 isn't really. I say this all the time. $60 to us won't really, you know, I won't die or anything. Like
it's not going to break the bank. It's not.
Did you die? Like that's what I mean. Like I do regret downloading Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, so do I. I got the digital Xbox One copy. Not a good idea.
Yeah. I could have gave it to my cat or something. Like I don't even got a cat, but I always say that for a joke. But I could have gave it to like my cat or anybody. Like here go a free Call of Duty. But
used it as a drink coaster.
That motherfucker is stuck in my motherfucking PlayStation, man.
I think World War II, if it's Black Ops 3, because I think Black Ops is very marketable. I don't think they'll ever make a World at War 2 just because probably me and Wings of Redemption are the only people who remember World at War originally. But if it's Black Ops 3 in World War II and they have some gore and some grit to it, I love shooting someone in their leg with a sniper rifle and then pops off, or them burning alive with a Molotov, a flamethrower. I was playing the other day and I was bayoneting people with the iron sight Mosin. I think Wings did that to his TV, but I was doing that to people.
I remember that shit.
World War II is just a significant time in history, and I think it's perfect for video games. What could be a cool kill streak for or Black Ops 3 if it's taking place in World War II?
A-10 Thunderbolt runs.
Oh, I was just about to say that.
I mean, they have I don't know if the A-10 Thunderbolt was around World War II, but they had planes just like it.
What about like Flying Fortress?
Then, right?
Like
had, strafing runs, like guns like that. You could have another could be like a deployable tank, like in World at War, where you get like a 5 or 6 kill streak you can call in a tank, and like it'll just drop it all for you. You have dogs, you have recon plane, counter recon plane, artillery strike.
They could do it like Enemy at the Gates. So instead of like one of those sentry helicopters that follows you, what are they called?
Escort drones.
Escort drones. Instead of an escort drone, you have like sniper Overwatch.
Overwatch sniper or something like that.
Like that would be fucking sick. Like you just call it in 9 kills and there's a guy, like anyone coming up behind you, bosh. Like you just turn around, they just die. That would be cool.
One thing I liked about Advanced Warfare is that sniper drone that you got from a care package on that one.
Sucked, though.
I never.
But it was fun. It sucked. It was all right if you knew it. If you could. They weren't all jumping all over the place. But
that's
if you
the problem.
What if you could become a sniper for a little bit on like a big hill, and then you got like a perfect view of all the map, and you could like just snipe people. Would you like that?
How would they shoot it down? Like.
You don't. You're just there for like 60 seconds or something.
Yeah. It's timed. It's timed. It's like It's like a chopper gunner, but
So okay, don't go to that side of the map, guys. And then you'll just be over there lonely as shit.
Or just
give them
like give them like 10 bullets so they can sit there in the game.
My idea sucks. yeah, 10 shots, something like that.
I mean, the kill streaks are there. You can do mortar team like in Black Ops 1 where you just pick 3 spots and drops 3 mortars somewhere on the map. I mean,
let them work this time, right?
Yeah.
You're in like a plane. You could be in a
Napalm
plane and dropping bombs. Yeah, stuff like that.
Napalm,
Man.
yeah.
Because we napalmed the fuck out of the Japanese in World War II because they had those bamboo houses.
Obviously, like a
Burned
beefed up flamethrower unit, like a beefed like touch them once, they're dead. You know,
Yeah.
like that shoots a long way. That's not just like the
Like the
attachment.
War Machine or Death Machine in Black Ops 2.
Yeah,
Remember the flamethrower in Black Ops 1?
yeah.
I
the
used
attachment.
that like the first week. Yeah, I used it for like the first week.
It takes
and
like 6 hits to
nobody
kill
used that
anyone.
shit.
Oh, you talking about the attachment, the underbarrel?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a gameplay with one of those.
The flamethrower was really good in World at War. There's a technique if there's this game type War, which was on Ground War, which is Momentum now in Advanced Warfare. But they would all jump on one flag, and I would like flank them, jump on the flag, and just spin a lot. And every time you went around on like 10 sensitivity, it gave them like, I don't know, 30 damage or something, and it
Yeah.
just melted people. It was so fun. I was playing World at War the other day.
How
I
do you
missed
play
that
that? How do you play the game? I'm like, literally, I always play with people that fly, like literally fly, like they're Superman.
Literally.
Yeah,
Titanfall at World at War.
yeah. There's hackers on there. I got into a team
Advanced World
deathmatch
at
with
War.
nobody. Ooh.
I had a motherfucker shoot at me with like a cop car at World of War the other day.
I saw a clown on World at War. Like it was a clown. Like I'm like, what the fuck? They like, get some World at War gameplay. I'm like, yo, what do y'all want me to do? Oh, the comments, get some World at War gameplay. I went on there, a clown killed me. What do these dudes be thinking? Like, let's put a clown in this game.
Oh, I've got something to ask you. Did anybody else see the 30 minutes of the Chinese Call of Duty gameplay? Did you
No, I
did you
didn't.
see that?
I saw some of it, but it ain't that. It ain't whatever you talking about because it's like kind of old, like a year ago or something.
Right. There's a half an hour of recent footage where someone, I think they used a VPN so that they could sign up in China so that
COD Online, right?
yeah, COD Online, and it was the
Okay.
Chinese version. And they did this thing which has never been in a COD, right? So Team Deathmatch, they had Shipment, but it was bigger than Shipment, and it had 2 fixed spawns at either end. And you had, like, Painkiller in that zone, so you couldn't be spawn trapped very easily, right? And the Painkiller extended when you walked out of it, and then most of the action happened in the middle of the map. And I was like, if you put that out now, I'm playing that. I'm not playing Advanced Warfare. Like, how much revenue do you think they're just saying goodbye to? Like, how many people are disgruntled with this year's COD that would play a more traditional version of COD?
But you can only spawn there? Like, if I kill you, you're only gonna spawn there?
I think so. I think they're 2 fixed spawns.
That's kind of too...
It's like Black Light Tango Down shit right there.
And especially if it's like Shipment. You said it's bigger, but still, Shipment is just like a rectangle. Like,
Yeah,
like
it's
you're
sort
gonna
of...
know exactly where they're coming from.
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't
but,
know.
like, do you really want, like, let's be honest, do you really want broken TDM spawns anymore? Like...
I don't know about that, Eddie.
I think
No,
they're getting their revenue from having World at War hacked and Modern Warfare 2 hacked and every single old Call of Duty's hacked or unpopulated, and that's what forces us to buy the new ones. You're talking about earlier about what
Yeah,
games
that's
are we
true.
looking for? There's that Star Wars
Oh, Battlefront, yeah.
that has potential. I mean, EA's developing it. That can go either way. But I think that's coming out later this year, so we have a
Yeah, I was
long...
about to say, when is that? Who is the actual developers?
DICE.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it though.
The
Futuristic.
enthusiasm. This is the
I do
enthusiasm
not-
podcast.
I
Oh,
do
games.
not fuck with the futuristic games, man.
Even if it's Star Wars, Joe?
There's got to be laser
Yeah.
guns.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. What you think, Wings?
I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I'm not getting it.
Yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
don't like futuristic shit.
I mean, DICE ain't really done anything to kind of like sell me. Like every DICE game that hasn't been Battlefield fucking sucked ass.
Yeah, they don't have a great track record outside of that. But it just feels like to me like it's going to be Battlefield Star Wars. Like I don't know if I'm incorrect about that, but what I assume that in my mind's eye, that's what it's going to be. It's just like, but you can drive the walkers and stuff, man. Come on, novelty factor. Come on.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's what I was gonna say.
Here's the thing about the walkers. I feel like an Abrams tank would be better than the walkers, like in real life.
The walker's that big ass thing with legs, right?
Geordie,
Yeah,
that's
like-
so practically minded. You're like weighing up the offensive capabilities of an Abrams tank versus a science fiction creation. You're like, I think I would prefer the more efficient machine. Like, is there no joy in the I'm driving a walker tank from Star Wars, or I'm driving a speeder?
You know how little joy that will be. That's like getting into the AC-130 in Battlefield 4. It's like you're in there for like 30 seconds. Like, yeah, I'm in the AC-130. This shit sucks. Let me get out.
Fuck.
I like getting in them just to parachute out, to be fair.
That's why I like Battlefield, because it doesn't give you any, like, it shows you hit markers and stuff. Like, I was just playing that game, Insurgency. That's what it's called, Insurgency?
Yeah.
I was just playing that game. If y'all never played this game, it doesn't give you no crutch, nothing.
No
Like,
handhold.
dog, it don't give you no hit markers. It does tell you on the bottom right, like in fine ass print, you killed somebody. But like, if you're shooting somebody and you're not really paying that no mind, like if it's two enemies, you're not gonna pay that any mind. And you might kill somebody and you just don't know. Just like in real life, like you might shoot somebody and then they fall and you don't know if they died or not. Like you gotta be on your A game.
It's realistic. I like that. DayZ has a thing like that where you don't know if you killed them unless you confirm it. You can go up to their body and check their pulse to see if they're dead. But
damn, yeah. Kill confirmed. Should I get DayZ?
Yeah, you Skype.
No.
Well, yes.
Okay, I got a no from Wayne.
I like.
See, he like that. You like that adventure shit, that running around zombie shit.
If you're gonna play DayZ, get the beta, get the actual mod form of it. Don't get the standalone. The standalone sucks dick.
Yeah, the standalone's pretty rough. There's some glitches. Like you can break your leg randomly from like climbing ladders.
I only saw one.
Stairs.
I only saw one for $35. Which one is that?
That's the
That's
standalone.
standalone. You have to buy Armor 2, an Armor 2 Operation Arrowhead, and then get a mod for that offline. The mods are pretty good. They just don't have that factor of like you were saying, the realism of like if you don't if you shoot someone in the mod, or there's so many mods now, but you shoot someone in the mod, you get like plus 500 coins, and it's like a Call of Duty. So like, some mods are like that.
Boom! Call of Duty is just turning into this kiddie Sesame Place type of game. Like that's what's really killing me.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing I liked about DayZ when it first came out, when it was hot as motherfucker, and I was playing it with Lefty and another guy. You could take a shotgun and shoot a motherfucker in his knee, and it break his fucking leg. He's down. He can't get back up no more. You could disarm the motherfucker. You could interrogate him. You could do whatever the hell you wanted. It was kill or be killed.
That's how the mod or standalone is.
Yeah, but here's my main complaint with the standalone. It might be different now. So I ain't played in like 2 years. They took away the kill counter. Like beforehand, you'd have how many murders you'd have up at the top right, and how many zombies you killed, and how much blood you have. You know, and that was cool. Like you had to keep track of how much you ate and how much water you drunk. Like you had to make campfires out, you know, to keep your body temperature up. These were things that were fun to do. You know, and you could just walk into town and just blow a guy's leg off.
They still have.
That sounds fun.
They still have your hunger level, how cold you are. Your blood is represented by the saturation on your screen. So if you have low blood, you'll be like in black and white. So they have pretty much everything but the zombie and kill counter. And I think it was humanity back in the day. Like if you had negative humanity, you would just be a badass bandit killing everybody.
They should have kept kill counter. What made them take that? Like
They should
Nobody
have kept it.
knows.
Like people want. Honestly, I don't know how many motherfuckers I
Yeah,
killed.
people
Matter of
always
fact-
want to know that.
Matter of fact, I want to know how many motherfuckers I killed. I own a necklace of ears that slowly, that slowly.
I'm
Spawn
I'm
of my
going
character.
fucking Universal Soldier on you. I need to be Dolph Lundgren with the ear necklace, right?
Yeah.
That's my character in DayZ.
Necklace made
I
out
mean,
of bones.
My main problem with DayZ is I'm just not into zombie culture. Like, it just leaves me totally cold. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
I
I
didn't give a
can't
fuck about
watch The
zombies
Walking
either.
Dead. Like, I know this is heresy, right? But I can't watch The Walking Dead. I'm like, I don't care. I
Well, DayZ wasn't
don't
about
care.
the zombies. DayZ was about surviving against all the bandits.
That's what it is like now. It's like The Walking Dead. It's not about the zombies anymore.
Yeah.
You get an
Like a
axe,
breed.
kill a zombie, and they're
The
they're
zombies
easy
zombies
to
are
kill.
the obstacles. They're like obstacles to get the items. Well, once you have the guns, the zombies pose no threat.
Yeah.
Even if you have an axe, you can take out the zombies pretty easy.
Yeah, I see people not even like there's a zombie. Okay, let me just run. Like
Yeah.
they're like whatever.
The
But
other
when-
problem with DayZ is the running simulator if you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah,
there's a
people
lot of-
said they said when the full game come out, it's gonna have cars and shit though.
They have one car or one truck in the game. It's cool to see, like, you guys are talking about games that are coming out in the future, like Titanfall 2 and Call of Duty, Battlefield. But with DayZ, it's like I get to see when it began, and then I get to see every time they update it, which is like every month they add something new or they alter something. They're always adding clothing items, which it's probably a little thing. I don't know if you didn't like that, Wings? Like, I like
Did they
building
put-
my character up, like, all black or having, some...
Did they put Gucci in there yet?
No Gucci. They have designer
That
stuff.
many
That's-
black people ain't gonna want this game. No Gucci, dog.
What's up with the black people like a Gucci jive?
I don't fucking know. That's just dickheads.
Would you pay money for some Gucci stuff?
Fuck no. I never had Gucci in my fucking life.
I got a Gucci wallet and a Gucci belt.
X-Jaws had a pair of Gucci loafers. I was like,
Wow.
why would the fuck would you buy Gucci loafers?
X-Jaw's rich.
They used to be rich.
there's
No,
your
no,
answer.
his people's got money. I know he's from down in town, and they got money down there. He's not like filthy lifestyles of the rich and famous.
But he's
they-
white boy suburbia rich.
Yeah, they're well off. Like, they're okay. Like, my dad is a lawyer. My mother's a doctor. Like, that kind of money.
Let's talk about the Beyonce being compared to the Illuminati.
Yeah, that's the subject you actually wanted me to say. Sorry, I completely. There's actually. Are we going to talk about the YouTube video? Because
Do y'all
I
have
really
a video?
Yeah, I really think that you
Yeah, let me
should.
watch it.
We're going to put this link in the description for you because I can't tell. I don't know about you guys. Let's just outline what it is. So this guy called the Vigilant Christian has made a video going through all the symbolism of the Grammys, and he's like, "This is basically all satanic." And he goes through like loads of like tinfoil hat wearing type conspiracy theories about, well, like the Masonic satanic rituals always show everything as a duality, and Beyonce is, like as Sasha Fierce, she's demonic, but this year she was represented as Beyonce, so that's an angel. So there's the duality of Satanism there, and it's basically try and imagine the most like paranoid, schizophrenic, conspiracy theory that you possibly could, and this is it.
I took the time to actually watch this video in full because it's like a 9-minute video and the shit drones. And then I did what every person should do. If you hear something that's full of shit and the guy's going off the wall, look at his other videos. Take time to click that motherfucking channel link and look at the other videos to kind of see what kind of person you're dealing with. Just a quick grasp here. It's the Vigilant Crispin. I expose evil. Subscribe now. This is his Facebook thing. In the last 2 days, he's had Bobby Christina life support withdrawn tomorrow. He's had Madonna Illuminati satanic ritual at the Grammys. Beyonce Illuminati Grammy performance. He's had AC/DC Grammy Highway to Hell Illuminati conspiracy. This is in the last 2 days. Like, he looks like he's trying to cop money. He doesn't even look like a Christian, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Can somebody link it to on the side or something so I
Yeah,
can?
like,
Yeah. It's a fucking long fucking video, right? So,
Is this the person that people make fun of when they like find a triangle
yeah,
anywhere?
it's that culture. It's that like looking. It's that reading into things. You know, like, oh well, this is obviously satanic because there's triangles. Or he says at one point is like, well, you can tell that the Masons were satanic because they had checkerboard floors, and he brings up this like sketch of like supposed Masonic rituals and their symbolism. He's like, it all comes down to symbolism. And when I watched this video at first, I was like, obviously being English, we don't have this sort of Christian rite. Like it just doesn't exist. So for me, this is fucking amazing. I'm watching like the craziest person in the world, like be mentally ill in a video, and he's getting all these like views and stuff. But then one of my American friends was like, like Geordie said, are you sure he's not just trolling for views? And when you look at it like that, it could be fucking genius. Because there are people in the video, like in the comments, that are taking this guy seriously. He's like, you stay true, brother. Apparently he's part of the Christian Truther movement, which I didn't even know fucking existed. And I don't know, like, you guys watch like...
Isn't that... God... That is so full. I can't stand truth and Christianity should not go in the same sentence. I don't know about you, but I'm a motherfucking atheist, and I'm one of those motherfuckers that always tries to take a good time down when it comes up to some Jesus Christ. And like, I don't believe a goddamn thing this motherfucker says, because like in his last videos, like the cell phones are killing our health. When you've done YouTube as long as I've done YouTube, you realize when people are making titles just to try to get hits or using SEO, which is search engine optimization. This guy is SEOing it out his motherfucking ass. He's trying to make them ends, and I doubt he's giving any of those ends to Jesus. I bet he's buying fucking hookers and smoking cocaine, because there's a whole big pile of cocaine on his fucking homepage right here.
Are we making this into a religious conversation?
I'm making it into a religious conversation because I live in the dirty South, the dirty. I live in Conway, South Carolina. We have more fucking churches than convenience stores here.
Amen.
Amen. It's literally, there's more churches than convenience stores in Conway, South Carolina. That has to tell you something. Not because there's a whole lot of motherfuckers that want to worship Jesus, because they money-making enterprises. They are money-making enterprises. You want to make money? You want a business that doesn't have to pay taxes, that has thousands upon thousands of people donate to you, that has a what is something like $2.6 billion fan base that's already brainwashed for you? Create you a church, dog, and it's always going to get passed, because what happens when the Republicans and all the other politicians start losing in the polls? They pull the God card.
So we should make our own church. The podcast show.
Yeah. Well, I actually have. I've created my own religion, and it's the religion of the sky cake. So there's a giant cake in the sky, and what he tells us to do is to not believe in theocracy. So science and reason. That's what the sky cake says.
That doesn't sound believable.
Is the sky cake ethereal?
I think that's not real.
Yeah, the sky cake is...
He's ethereal, right?
Yeah. I've got faith in him. Like,
Did you make this up?
No, someone in my Twitch. No, someone in my. If the honest truth is, someone in my Twitch chat made it up as a joke. So.
Oh yeah, it sounds questionable.
What, the sky cake? Yeah. Believe it or not, it's not credible. I highly doubt.
Job, I don't know about Job White. Were y'all Christians? I'm
Christian.
I went to church as a
kid. Not. Hallelujah.
You one of the people that were brought up in a Christian house, but you're not like an everyday worshiper.
Yeah, I'm not all crazy, and I don't pass out.
You don't let Jesus Christ make everyday life decisions for you. Like if you had a child that got sick, you take it to the doctor, right?
True.
Right.
Did you hear about? It was like a family that their child was sick, and they don't believe in. Well, doctors. I don't know if they were Christian, but they were
Christian. The child said Jesus said he would heal her, and they took her off of chemotherapy, and she died.
Yeah.
And it's stupid shit like that. It's stupid people that pray for Jesus to help them find their car keys, when there's 14 million children a year that starve to death. 14,000 a day that starve to death. 5 million a year. I just starved to death. While Jesus is helping you find your car keys, they have this child that's starving to death. It's something like 3 every minute or something like that. And you're going to sit here and tell me that this guy is over here spending his whole fucking day helping you find your car keys.
The TV makes the religion look real bad because they, you know, the mega churches and those guys making all that money and the commercials and then
Call
they
it
just,
now to pledge your.
oh my God.
I'm going to say it.
Jesus.
Every
Just
time
49 cents a day.
Every
will
time
help
I see
this
somebody
kid.
on my Facebook that posts something like "God is good" and they'll post like Timothy 9:10 or John 3:16, like this little religious, like uplifting, feel good message, I always post where like you're supposed to stone sorcery to death.
Have you seen there's a film on Netflix? I suggest everybody watch it. There's a film on Netflix called Jesus Camp, and I don't know if anybody else.
I
has
have not seen that.
Right.
Jesus
So
Camp.
yeah, Jesus Camp. So it's like I think it's Baptist or maybe it's evangelical. Anyway, it's this woman who runs like a summer camp for young Christians, and the most crazy part of it for me, and the scariest part is she's got them all in this hall, right, and they're playing their Christian rock and doing all their dances and stuff. You know, shit that kids like, right? Okay, so you're probably going to get them there. And then she's like, hands up everybody who likes Harry Potter. And this is, if you ever thought that the subject of Harry Potter couldn't get fucking dark, it gets dark real fucking quick. Because this woman's like, hands up who likes Harry Potter. And all the kids, obviously, man, like, it's this, yeah, Harry Potter, you know.
Some motherfucking Harry
And then,
Potter,
and then
son.
she's like, she like proper like Old Testaments them. She's like, do you know if Harry Potter was around in that day, he would have been put to death. Like, so it
Did
changes.
she get that crazy?
Yeah, it changes. Like
Christians aren't that crazy, John.
like
especially
that,
in this film.
and it's really scary. Imagine being a kid, and everything's happy and like, oh, you know, rock music and dancing around and everybody's having fun, and then that thing you like is fucking evil, right? And I suggest you go watch it. It's a great documentary.
Yeah, but
Yo,
you can't be a sorcerer. Like,
Eddie.
does anybody in this call think that sorcery is actually a real thing?
No, of course not. Well, that's just me. That's just me.
I experienced it in Call of Duty Black Ops 1.
The magic bullets.
Hey, wait, did some Christians chase you home or something when you were a kid? Like, what happened?
I came from a very religious Southern Free Will Baptist family,
Uh-huh.
and like everything was punishable by Jesus. Like when my grandmother told me that the world was going to end in 2000. Obviously, it didn't. You know, if you jerked off, you know, Jesus was going to send you to hell. If you talked back, Jesus was going to send you to hell. Hell. Hell is the answer to everything. And then you start asking questions. The one that got me asking questions was like, well, the world didn't end in 2000. You know, and then you start seeing the contradictions of the Bible and things of that nature. I hate
So you
Christianity.
don't
I
believe
think
in
the world
any
would be a
kind of
better place
God?
without religion.
Do
I
you
don't
believe
in
in
any
a
type
God or?
I don't believe any type of God. I believe we're a series of unfortunate events that created us, and we survived because we were the most common denominator. We were the big dogs. We survived because we adapted.
So
How did
what
it all
happens?
start?
So if you die, right? Say some reason you die, and then you go to the judgment day.
Let me give you a reason.
You go to Judgment Day. Nah, you're not gonna die no time soon, Wings. You go to Judgment Day, and there's a God, and he like, yo, dog, you know you done fucked up, right?
Let me
Like,
tell you
what-
this. Let me tell you this. How many religions do you think there are?
A lot.
There's a lot. There's
A
thousands.
lot.
There's thousands of them. And like for the percentage for me to be wrong,
Thousands of them?
there's thousands of them.
Wow.
There's prominent ones. There's like Buddhist, Muslim, Islam, which Muslim and Islam is kind of like the same thing. Christian,
same
and then but you got to understand it's broke down in different characteristics. Southern Free Will Baptist, Southern Baptist, Methodist,
Denominations,
evangelical,
basically.
Jesus, denominations. There's thousands of them. But for me to be coming up to him is like for you not to believe in Zeus. Say Zeus was the correct god. Zeus was the god that you were supposed to worship. The Romans had it right the entire time. Zeus came in. He created lightning bolts. He's actually throwing shit with his scepter. and he just likes being creepy. He likes to be a voyeur. But Zeus is the motherfucking guy at the pearly gates. He's like, well, Jive, you believed in this Jesus Christ guy the whole time, and I'm gonna have to send you down to Hades now.
And I'm
Zeus
just
is like fucking Jesus at the pearly gates, like
Well,
fuck Jesus.
well, they had Hades and Zeus. Like God of War, you get sent to Hades and stuff.
To be fair, like
I'm gonna be like Zeus. I'm black. Jesus is your name in our language.
and he's like, good
Think
answer.
it fall for that?
Yeah.
I
See,
mean,
for
it's
me,
just so...
see, for me, the whole thing about it, the thing that I'm an anti-theist, so it's slightly different from an atheist. It's not that I don't believe. What I don't like is the fixed thinking of like prescribed thinking. So we're not free to use our own logic and reason to solve our own problems. Like Iran is a theocracy. You know, that kind of severe mental control to a strict set of rules that everyone must adhere to, and if you're outside of that, death. Like I'm not into that. The thing that really tipped it for me was I think hell is a man-made concept. Only man could be that cruel. Only man would say, you get, you know, when they came up with this shit, like 40 years, which is like, beep, and it's gone. You get 40 years in which you're constantly being judged, and if you break one of several rules, you know, like even blaspheming, if you walked out in front of a bus and the bus was just about to hit you and you turned and went, Jesus Christ, you're going to hell, right? That's the kind of shit we're dealing with. And man's mind created, right, you get that tiny amount of time and then it's agony forever. Not, you know, torture, death, suffering.
Not a couple years.
No. Eternity, right? Which is a concept that humans can't deal with anyway. But that sounds to me like a man came up with that. Like, no God would be that cruel, surely. He wouldn't do that to something that it created.
And then you got to look at other things in the Bible just like that. Now, Jive, how can you be a black man and be a Christian? I don't understand that at all. The Bible condones slavery. Not only does it condone slavery, it tells you how you should treat your slaves and how you should sell them and what you should sell them for. Like, how can you read a book like that and think it's love and light?
I never read the Bible, like page for page, like back to back.
It's hate
front
script.
to back.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, the first half, the Old Testament is much more severe than the New Testament. New Testament
Correct.
is basically like it's you know, the New Testament is much more like Buddhist writings actually.
And then
like,
you got
it's more like
you got
Eastern
look
religion.
You got to look at what Christianity like spawned. Like Nazis were Christians. Christians don't want to accept them, but they were. On the belt buckle of every SF officer was in German, Miss Gott. I might have mispronounced that, but it basically means God is with us. That's on every belt buckle of a guy.
Not Jesus is with us, though.
God is with us.
Did they say
He's talking
Jesus?
to the Christian God.
Yeah,
He's not talking about
technically Jesus is God, but anyway.
He's the Father, the Spirit, and the Holy Ghost. He's all in one.
I mean, I'm not gonna like I don't want to get to a position where we're like, oh, two atheists are bullying Jive about his beliefs. Like that's not where like you know the conversation.
You're trying to get him to go to hell, God.
Yeah, I know, right?
Guys, do
Forsake it. You know,
Fuck
we
you,
are
motherfucker.
the Illuminati
Damn
in
hell.
this conversation right now. See, Wings, you and I, there's a duality to our discourse, right? And we're clearly satanic. So that guy should make a video on this podcast and see, well, look, there's these two.
Podcast show is satanic.
Yeah, and here's why. But no, I mean, my main thing about that video.
Episode.
Yeah, my main thing about that video was, the question I want to ask you is, do you think it's a con? And I want to see what you guys think, because I think it might be.
I don't think that the Illuminati exists, period. You know, here I think there's people that control things, like I think those are people that control money. When you control the money's interest, you have power over everything else. That's what money does. That's why money was created, to give power, pretty much. It's a transfer of power in like a fiscal form. And I believe people like the Koch brothers, all the people that are under the Koch brothers, people that own banks, the Federal Trust Union. Those are the kind of people that run the country. Do I think they get together and conspire? No. I think they conspire about getting bills passed so they can make more money. But at the end of the day, they're just trying to get their dick sucked and eat sandwiches just like me.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I meant, do you think the video is a con? Do you think the Vigilant Christian is a con artist?
He
Do
is
you
a
think,
con artist.
right?
He's
So do you think he believes what he
is
says,
Peter
basically?
Popoff.
People will. He probably isn't even a Christian. Like people would just be like y'all said, just troll everybody and
Or,
get
or,
views and stuff like that.
or in my case, extort money in a church around small towns because a lot of people are brainwashed, don't want to think for themselves. I live in an area. If you were to say that you were an atheist, they're ready to fight you. They're ready to fight you and do you physically harm. If I go into a restaurant and go, I don't believe in Jesus, they tell me to leave.
Well,
I think the Illuminati's real, and
What do you
here's
think?
why.
Please explain.
Here's why. Because there's only, I think it's like 7 companies that run a lot of, like 93% of all media channels and the newspapers and cable channels, and that's changing with the internet here now. But I think there's an Illuminati in a sense where they can control what's getting displayed out to the media, and that's what people, like just regular people, think the Illuminati is getting Beyonce to the front, getting Jay-Z, getting these people who aren't really important in the grand scheme of things, but they get those people in charge to get their messages out, to brainwash the youth, to brainwash you guys, because you guys are talking about the Illuminati and not the important things that are going on in this world.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my counterpoint to that, just quickly. My counterpoint to the Illuminati is humans can't organize a piss up in a brewery, right? So this is one of the reasons why I don't believe that 9/11 was an inside job, is I think any organized effort on that scale is incredibly unwieldy. It's one of the reasons why, Republicans are always like, the government's too big and it's inefficient. Yes, actually, large institutions are.
You said you don't think it's an inside job.
No, I don't think it's an inside job. And the reason I don't think it's an inside job is because I don't think that you could keep that secret with so many people having to fucking lie. Like, so many people, so many lines have to cross perfectly for that to happen and for the secret never to get out. Right.
But the crazy
that would
thing
be that would be the type of achievement that humans aren't capable of. You can't even get round a room of Chinese whispers without the statement changing. You can't go through verbal communication through like 6 people without it being completely different to what it started with. I don't think that's possible. And the reason I don't think the Illuminati is possible is because it's the same principle. I just don't think that we're capable of that level of organization. And the reason I think that is, the reason why I think people buy into it is because the world's really fucking confusing. And it doesn't seem fair, right? How many of you were raised on values of like justice and fairness? Well, that's cool to have, but when you grow up to be an adult, you see that the world is not fair. Like in the traditional sense, it's not fair at all. So the Illuminati is part of our coping mechanism. We go, there must be someone behind it, orchestrating it, because then it makes sense. We don't like the idea if it's just randomly happening all the time, and that's messy. We like clean answers, and that's why I think people buy into it.
There's a lot of money involved in going to war with 9/11 and the music industry and stuff like that.
White boy, I know you've been on a plane. Who? Everybody been on a plane before?
Yeah, I've been on a plane. Almost got in a fist fight twice.
Okay, these planes that crashed into these buildings had over hundreds of people on them.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Where's the memorials for these planes? Like, where's the memorials for the people? Like,
isn't it like
They're
Ground
all-
Zero?
I know it's those are for the people in the Twin Towers. It doesn't have the people in the planes. Oh, but this is what I really wanted to say. They were held up with box cutters. Okay, all right. Me, Wings, Eddie, and White Boy is on a plane. 2 motherfuckers with box cutters take over this plane. You think we're gonna just sit there and let it crash into a building?
Well, they were threatening people with bombs and
Well,
stuff. I think people were scared. I don't
I
think
think-
now.
I
We're
think
gonna
Woody-
die anyway.
let me. I think Woody gave the best answer to this question because I asked the same question you're asking right now to Woody on PKA, and Woody's answer was this: you got to think of the time frame that actually happened during that time up until that point when you got somebody to hijack an airplane. You pretty much were going to make it back to the ground. They wanted money. They wanted something else. They had
Agreed.
a purpose that they were hijacking the plane
You were
for.
ransom.
Normally-
You were ransom usually.
Right. There was no reason to risk your life and get your guts spilled out on the plane floor when you could just sit there for like 20 hours and get back on the plane and just have an inconvenience in your day. This was the first time ever somebody hijacked a plane to kill themselves.
And that's why.
It's probably not the first time ever that happened, but like in a mass media settings. If that happened today, if you would pull a box cutter out today, you would have your teeth kicked in instantly.
I don't think
five
I don't think
dudes.
they pulled that off with a box cutter. Not with hundreds of people on the plane. I don't give a fuck if they wanted to land the plane and no.
Yeah, but you're not following my reasoning. Like, if it happened today, yeah, what you're saying would happen. They'd get their teeth kicked in instantly. 5, 6 dudes would be kicking the shit out of them. I mean, there's a bunch of men on the airplane. They ain't
Yeah.
gonna sit around and take that shit.
But the reason why 9/11 was such a watershed moment is exactly what Geordie's saying. Is that every once in a while something happens that's so horrific that you couldn't have conceived of it before, and that's why 9/11 is such a huge change in the world. Is that no one had conceived that your enemy is perfectly willing to sacrifice themselves to make a point, right? We haven't fought enemies like that in a long time, if ever on any sort of large or organised
Kamikaze
scale.
pilots.
Yeah,
What about-
kamikaze pilots, but not.
forever,
But
we knew
that's like a
forever
real.
that they killed themselves, like that.
Okay, what about this? A World War II Black Ops 3 kamikaze kill streak.
I was sitting there thinking the same thing. That'd be a good kill streak. That would be the 25 kill streak.
They would
kamikaze
boycott
run.
the shit out of that plane.
Yeah,
It's like
man.
a swarm, but
25
just,
have
I
kamikaze
said plane. That game.
I'm sorry.
I think they would have to remove that kill streak like in the first patch. Like that shit would be crazy. Didn't they remove something in Modern Warfare
2. They removed a picture that had a frame that talked about Allah in a bathroom.
Yeah,
I
because it's
wonder
not allowed
if-
to. It's that is not allowed to be in a bathroom.
I
They
wonder
will
if
patch that, but they won't fucking make the red dot on the foul dead center.
yeah, ain't that retarded? I wonder if like one of our old gameplays, like we ran into the room or something, and we could see it, because I really don't remember at all. Like
I can show it to you.
I do not remember this.
Our old
picture.
gameplays would definitely have it on. Like it would definitely if you ran through that bathroom.
I know Wings gameplay because he be in the hiding in rooms. And shit.
I didn't camp in the favela bathroom.
no, that was a spot to call in like a Predator missile or your AC-130 if you're like by the B flag. I would always go lay
There's
down.
the picture right there, Jive.
All right, let me check it out.
That was such a phony controversy for me. That was, like stuff like that is so phony. Like, well,
What?
you've got to patch it out and all that kind of stuff. I can understand like it. This is the thing. Like, once you become like super religious, then suddenly everything offends you. That's what it seems like. Like everything is offensive.
I think he was legitimately offended by it. And religion, and going back to earlier, I think hell was a beautiful invention by people because I think it kept people in line, not to like
Not
to
to do
riot.
crime.
not to cry. Like that kept people in line. But now it's different. Times are different now, and we have like society is built, and we have a foundation where I think religion was a foundation for a while, but a lot of us have moved on past that, or we
I
were
think-
raised differently.
Yeah, I think it's a lot simpler than that, actually. Well, not simpler than that. I think I agree with you. I totally agree with what you said. But I think that religion is the same part of our brain that is our imagination, right? So we dream, right? Our mind creates imagery and sounds and all that kind of stuff out of seemingly nothing. And religion is one of those things where I just think you got to remember the time that it was created. We didn't know fuck all about how anything worked, right? We didn't know that the Earth orbited the Sun. We didn't know that we were in a larger galaxy. We didn't know any of these things. We didn't know the rules of gravity or anything. And I think it's just our minds trying to explain what we don't understand. And in that, if you frame it that way, I think it's incredibly simple to see how it happened. Like, that is what religion is. We don't know what happens when we die, right? We don't. No one knows because we don't know what happens when we die.
I was gonna ask that. What do you guys think happens? Like just a crazy guess. I want to hear Wings take on this.
My take. I have a take.
Uh-oh.
The lights go out. The lights go out. Just like you go to sleep. What happens when you sleep? What happens to all the time?
You dream when you sleep.
Dreams.
You dream when you sleep.
Well, you don't dream all the time. I figure what will happen is your consciousness, your brain will shut down, your organs will shut down, and you'll just no longer exist.
It's like pure nothing, not like exactly how it was.
You won't even
before
realize
you were
it.
born.
You won't even realize it because you have nothing. You have no consciousness. There's no wake up period. It's just like all those hours during the night that you lose when you sleep.
Just like Arya Stark said, nothing is nothing.
You're here now. You don't exist anymore.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. I think it's impossible for us to judge pain or gauge anything like that because they're human constructs. Essentially, when you die, all of that construct that creates those sensations, your nerves, the pathways in your brain, they're not working. So you're totally fucking oblivious. Like it's
just nothing. Yeah.
Has anyone else here raise your hand? Like I've been knocked out. Like I was knocked out in a collision in a basketball game, like clean out. And
I got knocked out on a trampoline. I bounced and hit the bar.
Right. I don't remember anything. I tell you, my experience was I shot, scored, turned to run, like down half court, and then black. And the next moment of consciousness was me hyperventilating on the floor. Like, what the fuck just happened? And I was out for like 3 minutes. And
I got blackout drunk before.
I never got knocked out.
No. I think that's probably one of the best things, or the most likely thing that's going to happen to you after you die. But they're so, like, if you think about the universe and how there's potentially infinite amount of universes and there's these subdimensions and
do you want the beautiful truth, white boy?
What's that?
The beautiful truth is what happens is the energy that your body used to have returns to the earth and creates other things.
I would love to be reincarnated.
You're not reincarnated. What you are right now will never be again. But you can't. But your energy that you do possess now will never disappear because energy doesn't dissipate. It only transfers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's never created or destroyed.
Will go to something else.
You think somebody else would be born that looks exactly like you?
I know people who look very like me.
I definitely believe that because I saw pictures and it was crazy. I can't really tell you who it is, but I saw some pictures of people
John Jones. John Jones, right?
Yeah, but he's still alive now, so I won't count. So
you're talking about in the past.
Don't count.
He's talking about Chris Smooth.
I don't look like that motherfucker. That's a smooth move.
People tweet me every time there's like a white guy with a beard in some sporting event that I look exactly like him. But there are some crazy pictures of like Nicolas Cage, like from a long time ago, or a guy that looks like Nicolas Cage, and then there's a guy, Nicolas Cage today. They look exactly alike. There's a lot of those.
I mean, how many times has Elvis been cited? Like, there must be, I guarantee, there's some guy out there who looks exactly like Elvis Presley in his mid-20s. Exactly. And the only difference is the hair, because of fashion. But there will be. Like, that's what all Elvis sightings are, I reckon. It's just some guy who looks from a certain angle.
Before we started talking, because it's like a picture in my head, but I cannot remember this person's name. They like showed a picture of like some man from the the past and then like a guy now, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
Like,
there's quite a famous one. You know David Duchovny, the guy that plays Fox Mulder?
Mm-hmm.
There's a picture of him and a Civil War American soldier, and it's like, has he time traveled? You know, is this really an X-File?
Well, you looking at it like
it
this,
Google?
like you're reincarnated. I don't believe in reincarnation because, like, here's the thing: there's only so many palettes that the human brain, that the human shape can take. You still have the same skull features, you have the same nose, the same eyes. The chances that there's 7 billion people, every now and then there's going to be one that kind of looks like another one.
Yeah, I just googled same face. This Google is so racist, and all these Asians came up,
No.
and it
If
just
you-
was all Asians. Like,
Google Nicolas Cage vampire. It's like a perfect example of what you guys are talking about.
This Cage vampire.
same face.
I mean, he kind of looks like him. His ears are shaped differently. His head's a little bit more oblong. He's got a cleft chin. But what it really is he has about the same eyes. I mean, the nose is different,
Oh,
the
shit.
ears are different, the mouth's different, the chin's different, but his eyes are the same throughout.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I think the nose. It's like he got he got a broken nose before or something. Ears are different. They definitely got the same eyes, and eyebrows can pass for the same.
Yeah, it's just
I got
right
it.
through the eyes.
I got a topic here. Prankster Fame God arrested in Las Vegas. Allegedly.
For doing.
For Illinois prosecutor said there was evidence on his computers about the July 10th swatting incident in which he allegedly reported a murder to Naperville's emergency 911 line. I'll post a link in the chat here. But okay, this guy, Fame God, allegedly was the guy who
That's
hacked.
who got you.
He got my PlayStation account for like 6 months. I think Sony suspended my PlayStation account, but I think he got it. And then I'm pretty sure he was one of the people who swatted me, because when I got arrested, like 3 people swatted me that week. There was like 3 different incidences. But yeah, so and it says Naperville, that's like right where I am. And they just basically say he's facing up to 5 years.
I don't care
Right.
what he's facing up to. I want to see what he gets, because when you're facing up to some shit,
Yeah.
that means you're
gonna
going to get like a
6
plea
months.
deal.
Yeah.
You're gonna get 6 months of probation. Don't
Fuck
do
that,
it
no.
again.
No, what this motherfucker needs to get is he needs to pay the bill for that SWAT team raid. He needs to pay restitutions to whoever he swatted, and he needs to do it all. He needs to come out of this owing like $300,000, get about 6 months in jail and probation.
He's facing a few different charges too. Not
I mean,
only the swatting,
that's
but
the court of Geordie right there.
See, this is the thing for me, right? Because obviously UK, whatever, it's
You
different.
don't
Like
have-
UK
you don't have
YouTubers don't
super
get SWAT
cops there.
teamed, right? It just doesn't. UK streamers don't get SWAT teamed. It's not a thing. That would legitimately scare the fucking shit out of me if that happened to me. If there was just like, if someone came in here and you just saw the screen go white because I've been fucking flashbanged, like, I would be terrified. These people are fucking
I'd be
armed.
happy as shit.
Yeah, you would be like, oh, fucking
We get
the
100,000
podcast
views.
show. Let's go.
White boy made a rap about that shit, didn't you? With the
actually, I
had
made
the
that.
orange jumpsuit.
I made that before the whole incident happened, and as like the police came into my house, I had that costume
Oh
like-
god.
right by alleged. Okay, I can't talk about it, but there's alleged stuff on whatever. Anyway, so he's facing identity
Weed
theft,
every day.
intimidation, computer tampering, and other charges. So
I don't like the SWAT team thing because, like, somebody like me, if somebody swatted me, there's a chance I could die. Like a
Yeah.
legitimate chance. I mean,
Because you
I
keep
keep
your gun
weapons
near you, don't
near
you?
me.
Yeah.
There's guns in the room.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know.
I
And you
thought
know
about
they're
that-
waiting. They're waiting on a motherfucker to try them so they could fuck. And they got
These
aims
motherfuckers are
like
jerking their dick with cleaning their MP5 in the other hand. They want somebody to try them.
Yo, they got aimed
like-
like the bots on veterans.
They ain't got
Veteran
like no
bots.
fucking bots. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the South Carolina trooper that took 6 shots and hit him once, but you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it on instinct. If somebody kick your fucking door in, all I'm gonna hear is like boom. First thing you're gonna do is go for your gun because you think somebody's invading your fucking
Definitely.
house.
This is what I was thinking. What's the protocol for, like, if they raid a house and people do have guns in the house?
They shoot you.
What? There's no like stand down procedures. There's no
they
like
shoot
fucking.
You
Are
come
you
out with a gun,
armed?
you're shot by about 30 times.
And they're coming on the pretenses that, like, this guy, he called
That
in a
you have a
murder.
gun.
No,
Yeah,
like,
like-
not even a murder, but you murdered somebody, you're going
Yeah.
crazy. One of them,
Yeah.
for me, was like I was going to commit suicide on stream or something. And they're ready to do something because they think something's going down. And even if nothing is going down and I can't hear them and I have my headset on, I have a PlayStation controller in my hand and it's black. That does, and I look at him scared.
Oh, that was racist, white boy. Come on.
Well, PlayStation controllers are black, John.
Black. It got.
No, he
come
means
on,
like a
man.
gun. I think. I
Like,
think
it
he
means-
means-
All right.
I'm not gonna have my like Revo Scuff custom controller. They're not gonna think it's a gun, but a black PlayStation controller.
Yeah, like they could. That's what. Yeah.
I got a white PlayStation controller. It's
They
all-
would
Just so
probably-
there's no confusion. You know, if you get swatted, like, nope, this ain't a gun.
Nope.
Yeah, the whole
They
concept,
killed
like,
me anyway. Said it was camo.
this is a thing. Like, why do you think these people do this? Like, I've always wanted to understand. Like, it can't just be like reputation. Like, maybe it's that shows their age. Like, they think that shit's really important. We're older, we know that that doesn't really mean much in the real world. But like, why do people do this? Like,
They
why?
just want to see the
It's
reaction.
reputation. No, it's reputation, dude. It is. Because he's going to be the guy that brags. Just like we were talking about earlier, I didn't make the point that when 9/11 can't be an inside job because nobody can keep their fucking mouth shut. If you have 3 guys that rape a girl and like, nobody can talk about this, we're going to bury the body. One of them 3 motherfuckers is going to talk. They're going to get drunk. They're going to be at a party. They're going to talk some shit. This same guy's going to be like, yeah, I'm the motherfucker that swatted white boy. Whoop, whoop. People going to ask him questions. He's all of a sudden important.
Is that
That's
it?
true though.
Is that
Because
it?
motherfuckers do run their mouth, man. That's true. But the people like 9/11, they want to take
You
credit.
work
for
in the
that
fucking
shit.
airport, Jive. How many people would they have to go through to get on that plane to hijack it with a box cutter?
Like it was different.
How many
back
people? How many people have to go like this and look the other way before they let these motherfuckers on with weapons?
then. A lot.
Wasn't there a
And if
case?
that's the case, why didn't they bring AK-40 fucking 7s on? Why didn't they just hand them out right when they get on the plane? Like
Because you
"Here
can't
go, Mr.
because you
Jamal.
can't use
Here's
guns
AK."
in a pressurized cabin, and everybody knows that. Like that's impractical. You have to use
Well,
knives
air
or
marshals-
stabbing weapons.
Air marshals carry guns in a pressurized cabin.
Yeah, but they got
Oh,
plastic
oh.
bullets. Do you think fucking Al Qaeda are that organized that they've acquired specific ammunition with like ceramic guns?
So Air Force One, you never saw
Why
that
not give them
movie?
something like this besides a box cutter? Then this right here is way more effective than a box cutter at getting your point across.
Because it's, I think a box cutter is more inconspicuous. Its purpose
But I'm
is
saying
not.
like if they got people looking the other way anyway,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
beating
right.
the shit out
Okay.
of somebody with a box cutter. I'm sorry. Damn, what the fuck was 9-liter? I'm beating the shit out of anybody with a box cutter. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck if it's
all you UPS employees, you better watch your back.
Oh, I will beat the shit out of one of them motherfuckers.
What would you do to that guy? You know that really famous Vine? Have you seen it? The security footage of the UPS guy just gets like a computer and just throws it like over the door. Have you seen that? Like the delivery driver just throws like this precious like piece of equipment over a garage door. Like what would you do to that guy? Like if you were on the other side and you saw that shit, just like I don't know. That just popped into my head.
What was it? I never saw it.
It was a monitor, I think. Maybe it was a computer, some electronic.
Was it like a delivery? It was in a box?
Yeah, it was like it was a UPS guy with like a big package, and he just walked up to the door and just like threw it over. He just like, fuck this, I'm not ringing the doorbell, I'm not doing anything, I'm just throwing it.
Damn. We throw a lot of shit too. Like a lot of people don't know we deliver your mail. Like U.S. Postal Service don't do it. We do it through our company, who I work for. But the stuff, they're bubble wrapped and stuff. If you don't wrap, anybody with common sense, if they're sending something, they gotta wrap it good, because we get it, and the belly of the airplane is like from like a far, like 40 feet, and we throw it all the way down to the other person, and they stack it, throw it, and then to the beginning. And when your stuff is wrapped pretty good, like it doesn't break. I'll fuck the driver up though.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Through my shit.
So, I live on the second floor. If someone threw something trying to deliver it to me, I'd be pretty pissed off.
Yeah, that would be messed
They
up.
should be waiting on that motherfucker. Like, say you got a new video card or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's pay $400 for this motherfucker.
And you see that shit out for delivery, boy, you be hyped. Then you see
Yeah,
that
and it's coming over the fence on you.
delivered. Hit refresh that shit say delivered.
I love waiting for new packages. Like it's
like
Christmas. Yeah, I go to Amazon. I order like 5 different things. Like I ordered from Amazon. Jordy ordered from eBay. We have some. What kind of peppers are they for next week?
Ghost
peppers.
Ghost peppers?
Ghost peppers.
Yeah, so we're gonna eat those.
Yeah, we're gonna eat ghost peppers on next week's podcast.
Oh my goodness.
No milk, no bread.
Are we gonna eat it at the beginning and then like talk?
No, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a challenge. We're gonna have milk on standby, and we're gonna time ourselves to see who can last the longest without drinking the milk.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Separate.
But when are you, not we, when are you guys gonna do this? Because
So we'll wait till a dead period, like kind of like a period to when the show's like kind of ending and stuff. We can't do it at the very beginning, 'cause you got to get motherfuckers who want to watch the video and invest in it.
I was about to say I'm gonna have to do a lot of motherfucking talking this day. Y'all gonna be
Yeah, you guys aren't gonna say shit. You ain't gonna say shit.
I am good. I've got this in the bag.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I just want to do it. I'm not claiming.
You never
that
had a
I'm
ghost
gonna-
pepper?
I had Kelly got this hot sauce that was in it had police caution tape around this wood box.
Every fucking hot sauce does that to try to sell itself.
No, it was like Dave's Insanity. It's legit hot. It was really hot. Like I just sniffed it and I went crazy for a little bit.
I don't like hot stuff, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
stopped
white
talking
boy,
to the
ghost
chick
pepper is gonna open the pores in your face up. It's gonna clear all your sinuses, and it's gonna burn like a motherfucking feel like somebody punched you in the stomach.
Yeah, and you're gonna be high as fuck. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, I eat a lot of hot food. I've got Dave's Insanity sauce. Like, you eat too much of that, shit gets kind of fucking interesting. Let's just put it that way. As someone who has previous, history of addiction and stuff like that. Sometimes, chilies, it's interesting. It's not, it's not run of the mill.
I was looking at the case they sent them in, and it looks like magic mushrooms almost a little bit.
That's kind of what it's like. You get really lightheaded. Well, this is what happens to me anyway. Like, if I take a lot of chili, I get really lightheaded and super hyperactive. Super, super, super hyperactive for about, I don't know, if I keep eating it, it kind of lasts a bit longer, but for about 3 minutes, I'm gone. I'm away.
You ever had a ghost pepper, Eddie?
I've had Dave's Insanity Ghost Pepper sauce, and I've done that.
That's not the same. That's diluted.
It's only, yeah. I mean, I have had a naga chili before. I put it in, I cooked with them and stuff, and that was fucking.
So you could take a little bit of hot sauce.
Oh yeah, I've done the truly tragic accident of cooking with ghost naga chilies, and just I've got a bit of an itch.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the eyes. You can't do the eyes.
No, dude. Have you ever had well, I hope you haven't had this experience, but if you ever do that, it actually feels like your nuts are on fire. It feels like someone is holding them over an open flame. That's the level of pain.
So Jive is the only person who's never actually. Jive and White Boy's never really experienced them. They're so fucking potent. Here's the thing with hot spices. That's a defense mechanism the pepper has, so animals don't eat them.
Yeah.
That's a defense mechanism. And the thing is, you could smell it through fucking plastic. Like if you have a plastic bag full of them, you could smell the spice through it.
Yeah.
It's that bad.
It's like there's a reason.
raw dope.
Yeah. They've militarized it. The police have it. It's pepper spray. That's just capsicum. That's the chemical that's in chilies that makes them hot, right? And I don't know, little interesting fact. It's not actually hot. It just tricks your brain into thinking that it is. It's like when people when people get blisters and stuff, that's their body reacting as if they're being burnt. It's not actually burning them.
So do you think if I meditate before the show, I can make my mind prepared for the peppers? And
I think you should meditate I think you should meditate when you take the peppers, because you might find some further plane of existence that no one else has been to quite yet.
Here's what I'm
gonna need from Eddie and Jive Turkey. I'm gonna need you guys to get a philosophical topic ready for next week.
Okay.
Because after I eat it, I'm going to continue on with the show as planned.
You want to be in
verbatim.
you want to be in that altered state, that chili high, like Homer Simpson from The Simpsons.
And I want to talk about some fucking like Buddha shit.
Yeah, like real deep shit. The deepest shit you can come up with. Ask me.
You're gonna be drooling and shit.
Yeah, dude.
But what I think that
you'll be full like Alex, like you will
that
be
shit gonna be
full,
the greatest episode ever. Watch.
Yeah. You'll be full sweating. Like I'm
hoping White Boy catches a nosebleed. Last person I gave a ghost pepper called a nosebleed.
Damn, you fucking thinking that. I hope White Boy fucking catches it.
That's some podcast show gold right there.
What's funny is like you do chilies and stuff, and like you eat them a lot, and like I don't know if you're the same, Geordie, but like when I smell it, like anything that's got like chilies in it,
you can smell the pepper.
Yeah, smell the pepper, and that smell just makes my mouth salivate like instantly. Even thinking about it, it's like it has the same reaction like that cocaine does. Like they've done studies. Like people who are cocaine addicts, they get to think about cocaine and their mouth salivates, like in anticipation.
Alcoholics will do it too.
Yeah. Like it's that level. It has that. It is a chemical effect on your body. Like,
let me tell you a story about Kyle. I stayed at Kyle's house for a month, and Kyle didn't believe my superpower. My superpower is I can eat the hottest shit on earth and it not really affect me. That's like my superpower. So Kyle was like lining up spoons. He lined up 4 spoons with like different sauces, like Dave's Insanity sauce, like regular Frank's Red Hot. He had 4 different flavors of them, and I'm like, I will do all of them if you do one. And like I did all 4 of them while Kyle was sitting there fucking crying. Like he had tears streaming down his face. He had light bread and a gallon of milk.
He's probably like me then. I hate hot food. Hate
really?
it.
Jive, you got a story. You said you left the bitch because she cooked you something hot.
Yeah, I didn't leave her. Her pussy was too good, but like I stopped talking to her for like 3 weeks. Like it's this soul food restaurant. It's called Famous Dave. What is this shit called? Dave's. Who gives a fuck? It's this soul food restaurant. So she went and then picked up the food. I told her what I wanted, and then when she got there, I guess they was like hot or mild or whatever. But she was calling me, and I didn't answer the phone. So she picked spicy. Yo, the fucking food was so hot. Like, see, y'all like the hot food, but me, I can't enjoy it. It's like a heartbeat in my lip. Like I can't enjoy that shit. Like I could feel my pulse, and I just was mad as shit. And when she left the next day,
you believe this or not, once you eat it enough, you don't taste the spice anymore.
I heard. Yo,
like I eat like Frank's or like Tabasco sauce, I taste the vinegar more than I taste the spice.
Yeah.
But you know how you're coming home from work or the gym or wherever you're coming home from, and you got your brain. It's a mental thing. Your brain is thinking about that steak and potatoes that you got. Your brain is thinking about it, and then it's not there. That's kind of what happened because I was thinking about this food all that time. And then when she finally came to my crib and then gave me the food, it just was hot and I was hungry and I couldn't enjoy it. I was so mad, man. So mad.
You got 10 of them, right, Wings?
12.
You gotta do just one?
I was thinking about maybe on my Twitch stream, you know, if a certain number of dollars are donated, do a Ghost Pepper Twitch stream.
Okay.
Like every time, like say $50 were donated, I need another one.
That's a good idea. People are gonna pay to make you suffer, man. When I do drinking streams, they will donate for you to drink, and then I get shit faced, and
I mean, like,
there's a
I
hole
mean,
in my wall.
I might go up to $100. Like every time, you know, they get $100 together, I'll eat another one. Because if I'm gonna eat like 11 ghost peppers in a sitting, I want $1,000.
And you better line your fucking stomach before you do that.
Oh
man.
yeah, I'm gonna have a.
I mean,
I'm gonna
if you
drink like
eat-
half a gallon of milk.
Yeah, like if you eat, that's the really bad thing about this. Do not do this next week on an empty stomach. You will be ill. I promise you. So
I've
Health
ate
and
ghost peppers
safety.
5 times in my life already.
Yo, do your dookie come out hot?
Oh,
yeah,
dude, you don't want to
damn
know.
straight it does.
You don't want to know.
God.
But I got to the
Dookie.
point I like that. I got to the point I like that.
What?
You a fucking freak, man. Freak of redemption, man.
A burning asshole feels. It actually comforts me at this point in my life.
What the hell?
If you eat Chipotle every day after Chipotle, it's horrible if you get the hot sauce because it's the big burrito coming through, and then it's the hot sauce.
Corn.
Maybe Wings is getting a boner right now with me
Oh, dude,
explaining it.
I'm that guy that you ever go to a Mexican restaurant and you ask for the hottest shit they got, and they be like, "Oh no, too hot." Give it to me, and then they get that face like
Give it to me.
they got that face like.
It's this fucking Jamaican hot sauce. I don't know the name of it. It's yellow.
Yeah, it's made with habaneros. It's made with like that's what all
all
Caribbean cooking has got habanero
It's just
chilies.
stupid.
Yeah.
I hate
I hate
habanero
hot
base
shit.
that keeps the seeds in it. Fuck that noise.
Yeah, habanero stuff's really nice. I mean,
It's
you
just
get-
nasty tasting. It tastes like grass.
That's I think that's because sometimes they leave the green stalks in when they blend it up. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about. Some habanero based hot sauces, they almost have like a vegetable taste to them.
Yeah, it's because they don't. You know, we're getting proper chili head about this, but the controversy is: do you vinegar your sauce or not? Right?
Or do you sugar your sauce or not? I like sauces with like a sugar to them.
Yeah. I mean, so they quite often they have like brown like sugar in them and stuff. I don't know.
This is like right here is like what I use on most of my stuff. This is sriracha. It's a really thick
I
base
saw
sauce.
that. They got that at my
This
job.
is based off of chili and distilled vinegar, but it's really thick.
Yeah. That sauce is nice.
I like how you have knives and chili right next to you.
Yeah. And he got it in a baby bottle. Like, what do you be doing with that?
He puts it up his ass.
Freak boy.
So that.
That was impressive.
Okay, so Jive, you and I have to think of some seriously hardcore, deep philosophical subjects for these two next week.
We could think of something. We
Yeah,
could think
I
of
reckon.
something.
I reckon.
When's the last time you cried when you ate some hot food?
A long time ago. The last time I cried in conjunction with hot food wasn't because of the food. It was because I prepared Ghost Naga chilies and then touched my balls. Like that. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm a 31-year-old man. I cried. That is, yeah.
Hold on, you did what? You touched.
So I was like preparing food, right? Just chopping them up. I made like a bolognese or something, you know, some Italian meat gravy, right? So I liked it a bit hotter, so I put raw Ghost Naga chilies into a cooked bolognese. Bad idea. That was hot, right? That was hot enough. But after I was preparing it, like I just absently, you know, got an itch, scratched it, and spent about the next 45 minutes trying to find some kind of lotion. Like in the bathroom, like dying. Like it was, it's agony. Do not next week touch your eyes.
It
You'll be
doesn't
in
come
hospital.
off.
You'll be in
Oh.
It
hospital.
stays there for a long time. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
I
you
think
have to.
that's-
$1,000, I'll do it on stream.
Don't do it. Don't. Just
Your
don't do it.
eyeball?
With the crotch.
Oh, I was gonna say eyeball.
You won't be able to sit down. Jordy,
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, you won't be able to sit down. If they're proper ghost nugget chilies, you won't be able to sit down. You will. It's one of those pains that you just. You ever, need the bathroom like really bad, and it's like a panic shit. Right, this problem has to be solved immediately. Right.
You walk with your back like this.
Yeah, like it's panic mode. It's Code Brown is what I call it. Code Brown, everybody.
You better
Go
use them
Brown.
balls from Step Brothers.
Yeah, this.
I put
Pain.
my balls on your drum set. You better use them, Jones.
Yeah, you'll have to
Fake
take
ones.
care of it. It's not something you'd be able to do a podcast with, in my opinion. If you can, you're tougher than me.
I don't know,
Wings'
it's pretty tough, dude.
massive balls would just like engulf
They would
the
absorb
pepper.
them like Charmin tissue paper.
And then the balls get bigger, like the blob or something.
Yeah, then I look like I'm sitting on a beanbag chair. All right, fellas, that's the podcast show, episode 2. Stay tuned next week. We're going to have the Ghost Chili Pepper adventure with me and White Boy 7th Street. Jive Turkey is going to talk about his childhood incest fantasy. And old
Oh man, Eddie.
Trump is going to create a sun god out of his PC tower.
Jive Turkey don't know what the fuck he was just talking about.
Okay, guys. See you next week.
All right,
Wait,
y'all.
reddit.com/r/the podcast show, and that goes on Twitter. It's the Real Podcast Show. Facebook, the Podcast Show, and I think that's it.
All the links will be in the
That's it,
description.
folks.
Yes.
We'll see you next
Everything
week.
will be in the description, y'all. Thanks for coming out. Put your comments in the comment section, please. Thanks for the feedback, too. That first show was great.
Yeah, lots of awesome feedback. Thank you guys. Lots of excitement. You guys liked the hell out of it. That was very nice. I think Wings got
Keep
more
it
likes
up.
than me on the video. That was cool to see.
That's great.
The Wings fans know how it goes down.
That's
Well,
great.
how does it work? You leave a like and you get a bigger penis?
That's definitely how it works.
No, when
Leave
you
a
leave
like.
likes, you already have a big dick.
Leave a like for a bigger dick.
If you got a big dick, leave a like. I'm leaving a like right fucking now.